vibing right here, or I should say quadruple, because I did a live earlier about 11 o'clock or so, and now I'm doing this one now. Rem is perfect. Thank you. Okay, Rem. Peace, love, and light. You ever heard of the chakras, Rem? Are you familiar with the chakras? You seem like somebody who is. I feel like anyone who finds this frequency, you pretty much are aware of the energy source, because otherwise you wouldn't even be able to find this frequency, especially since I gotta hustle the live, hustle the hearts, right? So happy full moon in Libra, where we're balancing the collective, compassion for the collective into the soul's sovereignty is what we're looking at with full moon in Libra and the sun being in Aries, the individuality, right? But we spoke on that last night. Tonight is going to be more about the chakras and the what the chakras play in this particular full moon conjunction. So let me speak to y'all more about the spiral, the chakra. Hi, Denise. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. So the chakras, as I say, are the energy centers, the doorways into your consciousness, and it works very intrinsically. All of these, you're an energy body. These are your energy centers, and we're working with the celestials, the energy body. So this chakra infusion, this particular one, is looking at a focus. If I could make it plain and simple, the focus is really on the throat, because today was a throat chakra day, right? I'm still in on what's today? Thursday. I'm still on Thursday because I'm pushing time. So our bedtime is not till way later. Um and yesterday on the full moon, it was a heart. So let me explain the first part, right? So the first 2 days had a very tight exchange, as I was saying, with the root and the sacral. So giving into the root, allowing the root to give into the sacral. That means that with this particular full moon, a lot of us have been working on or should have been working on the root in connection with the sacral, and they're very close to each other. So taking what happens in the physical realm, in the manifested realm, and being able to elevate that and pour that into the sacral, the emotional body. So giving that information to the sacral, into the energy body, which is energy, the emotional body, which is energy in motion, to carrying that information to where it needs to go. That's the purpose of the emotional body, for the energy in motion to move. That's the sacral, the element being water. So just like the waters carry, the flow to where it needs to go. And if you can think about the waters that flow through your body, if you think about the veins and arteries and all of that, the plasma and all of that that flows through you, that gets information to where it needs to go. Think of the emotional body like that with the sacral. And so with this, that's with the root into the sacral. Now when it flips, it's a tight, when I say it's a tight switch, because those first 2 days had to do with root and sacral, and it's a tight switch, right? Hi, Miss Thickmus. I think it says Thickums. Oh, Thickums. Hi, Miss Thickums. Peace, love, and light. Hey, God, you made it back. You made it back. You see the moon? I got the moon for y'all. You found it. We double live, and so you found us again. And so the sacral, the flip of that is now the taking what information we got in the emotional body and pouring that into the physical body. So there's this tight flip with us working with the physical body and the emotional body, and they're very close to each other. And these are both lower chakras. These are both the lowest chakras in the body, right? Because the lower chakras are the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, and the heart being the bridge. The heart is the highest of the lower chakras. So the first two, the lowest ones, are really working tightly with each other. So that means that what we're doing in our life, world, and affairs, we really need to take the evolved aspects of the physical, what we see manifested, and giving that into the emotional body, sharing that, allowing that information to be given into the emotional body so it can take it where it needs to go. And on the flip of that, it's receiving in the emotional body the sensories, all of the information that we're getting, and apply it into the physical body. So it's really working with the energies in motion and applying it into the physical. Ashe, greetings. You made it. You made it. So that's that tight share with those two, right? So now let's move up a little bit more. Those are the first 2 days. Now, when we get to the third day, we're on the solar plexus. And on the calendar, this day happened to be the crown. So we have a solar plexus crown. Now, these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, these last 5 days, right? These next 5 days are a wider, it's not so tight like the root and the sacral. It's a wider exchange, right? A wider infusion on the spiral with a focus on the throat chakra. So, what do I mean by that? We start with the solar plexus crown. So, what we take from the solar plexus and give into the crown. And then we go into the heart on the full moon. It's a heart third eye. So, what we take from the heart and give into the third eye. And then today, which was Thursday, I'm still on a Thursday, we're on the throat. And this is a throat. And this is why I said there's a strong focus on the throat chakra. There's a strong focus on the expressions of how we're expressing ourselves in this with this particular full moon. So this full moon is really asking us to work with the expressions. If any of you have been feeling blocked or chopped in the throat chakra, non-expressive, feeling lack of creation, wondering why haven't I been able to create lately, think anything with the throat chakra, these energies were asking you to really work that, to really move that. I worked really tightly with the throat chakra and activating it to the point where I pretty much, I wouldn't say fasted, but all day I drank liquids. Because if you really want to activate the throat chakra, drink liquids all day. If you're working with the throat chakra that day, drink a lot of liquids. That's good for the throat chakra. So I kept everything liquids, tea, smoothies, just all liquids, nothing, solid. So that's when you really want to activate the throat chakra. So it's emphasizing us to tap into our throat chakras. So if any of you have been feeling that, welcome in West Indian. Thank you for coming through. DNA. I love to talk about the DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid. Lord, fire, Lord, God, Lord, fire in the center of my being. We was just talking about that. So thank you for joining. Tap some hearts. Y'all keep tapping up the live if you can, because that helps the algorithms get it to who it needs to get to find these frequencies that we're on, right? Would you say it's a good moon time to fast? Yes, I would. Every full moon I always end up going into a fast because I start with the lower chakras. If you're really working with the foods with the chakras, I would eat the foods that go with that chakra. And then the more you get up into the higher chakras, because they're spiritual chakras, you need less food. So by the time you get up into the crown, we're going into a fast, right? So this is when I'm working in a fast with the full moon. I work with it and ease my way out. So I'll eat all the foods for the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus is more like grains and breads and things like that. And then when you get to the heart chakra, it's about eating a lot of greens. So you start to go into the salads and all the greens. And then when you get to the throat chakra, it's liquids. It's liquids all day. So we'll drink liquids all day. And when you get into the third eye, it's really berries. What really activates the third eye is berries, berries all day. I'll juice the berries, eat the berries all day. Thank you for following. Does that say Cherry? Thank you, Cherry. My cherry. I know that's not how it go, but that's what I heard in my head. And then when we get to the crown is really about no foods, right? But if you got to eat something, I would eat like some purple grapes. Like the things that activate each chakra are foods that are the color of that chakra. So I would eat foods that are the color of that chakra. When I get to the crown, though, it's really fasting. So I would fast as much as I can all day. I'll probably have some tea in the morning and then nothing all day as long as I can. And then later on, I may have a meal at night, and it will be like purple foods. It might be purple or red cabbage, something that kind of activates, the chakra. So yeah, it's a good time to fast. You can utilize it to go into a fast. I may definitely do that at the end of this, particularly going into the 4-4 portal, because I think once we leave this, we'll be in the 4-4 portal. Um, the third, we're on the third eye. Yep. And on the fourth, we'll be on the crown chakra, which will be fasting all day and a perfect time to really fast into the 4-4 portal, going through the portal, portaling through. Um, and then I may do the detox to detach, like keep posted because I've been talking about it. I may do a detox to detach for that following week from the 4-4 and a week, that week of the 4-4. So for those who are interested in the detox to detach, as I have been talking about, it's really good to help you depersonalize and detach from a lot of things that's going on that we've been talking about. Things within the family, um, everything that we're coming to true revelations with this whole new true year, a true new year, however you choose to look at it. But whatever it is that you need to help get you to release the baggage so that you can cross that dimensional timeline. Because as it goes with the fifth dimension, right, we're not going to be able, this way they say everybody can't go. If you, whatever baggage you're carrying, that's what you're going to be held back by. And sometimes a lot of us are not recognizing or realizing what we're holding ourselves back with. So to detox, and I'm not just talking about foods, but we utilize the foods to help us recognize the emotions that we're carrying, because cravings, and usually when you detox, people are always like, man, I was craving this, I was craving that. And what we do is we watch the cravings. We watch the cravings. I guide them through the cravings so that you can see what you're craving is tethered to an emotion. Your body is craving something physically because the mind has not been fed what it needed to be fed. There's a particular emotion that you're having, the energy's in motion, and when it's not being adhered to or addressed, the body picks it up and the body says, we're hungry and we want this. We're craving this. We're craving sweets, right? One of the things I usually tell people, see, I done jumped into the detox now. I want to stay focused on the chakras, right? I'm going to get back to the chakras. One of the things that I always, just to give a hint, is like when you're craving sweets, usually people are like, man, I wanted this. And I'm saying that's depression. Usually when you're craving sweets, it's a sign of depression, in which depression is when you suppress anger. That's all depression is. You're not sad and mopey. You're mad and dopey. Right? You're mad and you won't allow yourself to be mad. That means there's some things going on that's probably frustrating you, annoying you, whatever it is, and you won't allow yourself to be angry because it's not right, it's not proper, whatever the reason is. And so you quench that anger, you suppress it, you repress it, and then you become depressed. And so when we are craving sweets like that, it's coming out of some type of depression. It doesn't have to be clinical depression, but it's some type of depression, right? I like this statement. Let spirit take you. Yes, Yasif, thank you. Let spirit take you. I'll take you there. Let spirit take you there. And welcome in, Michelle. Come on in. Anybody that's coming through, tap the hearts so more people can find this frequency. The ones who it is meant to be for can find this frequency through the algorithms. Hi, Sia. Welcome in. Thank you. Send some hearts so more people can find it. Right? And I'm looking at the number 9. So there we go. Spiritual completion. It is so, and so it is. So when you're craving sweets, it's letting you know that there's some kind of depression, there's something that you are depressed, there's some anger that you're suppressing, and you want to find out what it is. And what we do with the detox to detach is we pretty much detach from the issue that's holding us down, because we find out what it is. Rather than giving into the craving or feeling bad about the craving, what we do is we address the emotion. We don't address the craving, we address the emotion. That's what we do. So usually when we come together and they're like, oh, I was craving this, what is that about? And then I ask them, what were you feeling? That has to do with a type of depression, what's on your mind, what's bothering you. And when you see what it is and you address it, I guarantee you, I'm not telling you something that I didn't experience myself. I guarantee you the craving will subside. The craving will fall away. I literally had that while I was doing the detox. And I felt a sweet coming up, and I was like, no, no, no. Where did this come from? All of a sudden, I'm sitting here and I just wanted a sweet. So I traced the thought. I traced the thought and the feeling and was like, what was I sitting here thinking? Because a lot of times we thinking and feeling things subconsciously and unconsciously. And when we're doing that, we're not paying attention to what it brings up in our mind body complex. And then by the time it makes itself present to the body, we're just following the body. We're not asking any questions. We just going along. Oh, I crave this. Give me that. So what? I want it. No, it's not a so what. It's let's pay attention to this. I got a craving. And the more you practice this, the more you quicken yourself to the cravings. As soon as a craving comes, you're like, oh, wait a minute. What's my emotion? I'm eating my emotions. I'm craving. This is mostly that's what's happening. We're eating our emotions. So if it's salty, usually if somebody is craving a lot of carbs, it's comfort. It's a solar plexus issue, and it's comfort. You want the comfort. That means something is hurting you. So you ask yourself what's hurting you. So when we go through this detox, for those of you who may be interested, message me. I'll let you know so I can get you registered if you want to. I can sign you up, however it goes, because we go in depth. We go more in depth with this in the detox to detach, because I'll break down the feeling and which chakra is needing attention right now because of that feeling. And what is it that is hurting you, because we go into a whole emotional wheel, the fear-based emotions, the love-based emotions, so you can see what is it that you're facing, right? What's hurting you that's making you look for this comfort. And then for some people it'll be salty foods, and I'll be like, ooh, what you salty about? What's bothering you? What's getting to you? You want something to crunch on. Frustration. I want some potato chips. I want to crunch. I want some salty potato chips. I'm frustrated and I'm salty. Right? What am I salty about? Right? Feeling is the key to the blockage and manifestations. Exactly. And this is what this brings. Let me bring it back to the chakras, Yasif. Thank you. So also, quenching spirit. Yes. What happens is we're quenching spirit. When we give into the cravings, we're not listening to the spirit. We're not listening to the soul. We're listening to the body, and we're letting the body take control, right? The flesh is leading the way, and we put spirit on the back burner. So this detox to detach gives you a chance to pull spirit to the forefront. But like you said, that the key is this blockage, to the blockage and the manifestation. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the chakras. So if you notice, exactly what I'm explaining to you is that conversation between the root and the sacral. The sacral is the emotional body. So what is the emotions that are coming up? The physical body, the root represents the actual physical manifestation of the body. So when there are blockages in the sacral, when we're not listening to our emotions, we're only listening to the craving, we're only listening to the body, we're only listening to the dysfunctions of the root chakra. And that's the body, right? We're listening to the fears, the lack and limitation, the frustration, the discoordination, all of that in the body. And so this is why exactly why with this particular full moon, we're seeing that it's asking us to pay attention. Thank you, Spirit. So I'm getting confirmation right now as I'm explaining it to y'all that I need to do the detox to detach. See, it was in question for me. Like, I know I was going to do it this month, but it was still kind of iffy. But as I'm even explaining it to you all now and I'm sharing it with the chakras, it's confirmation that that's exactly what's needed, right? We need to see what the emotions are telling us about the body. So exactly what I explained to you about the detox and the cravings and the emotions is that communication between the root and the sacral. And that's the tight communication that's happening right now. The full moon is just showing that, because the first 2 days are saying, hey, what's happening with your cravings and your emotions? What's happening with your manifestation and the information, the flow of information, your sacral? What's going on there, right? Welcome in, peace, love, and light. What does it say, Antoine? Thank you for joining. Tap the hearts, tap the hearts, keep tapping the hearts so that who is meant to be here can find these frequencies. Because like I said, I don't have the 1,000 followers. So we find each other. You all find me because I keep tapping the hearts. The more I tap the hearts, the more I'm engaging to get you all to find this area, right? I have to override the craving for some chips earlier. See? I was a little salty and wanted to crunch away. So God, I'm not lying. I can guarantee you, I bet you it was something that you were frustrated about and something that had you kind of salty, like, you salty in your feelings. Like, I'm not cool with that, right? And when we're salty, when we a little bit salty in our feelings, we want something salty. We literally want to taste the salt. And crunchy is that annoyance and that frustration. So I guarantee you, you were sensing that. Let me know. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. But I'm pretty sure I'm right, because it's always on point every time. Usually if people want to eat meat, I'm always like, oh, you angry. You want to tear into some flesh. You want to sink your teeth into some flesh and you want to rip it apart. Right? Can you explain how fasting helps us in this cravings and emotional energy? Yes, the fasting is the detoxing part, right? The fasting and detox is very similar. So as we're detoxing, the way that it's helping is because in the detox, we're only eating certain foods. We're detoxing our body naturally, right? We're not taking any detox supplements. We're naturally detoxing, which means we're removing certain things from the body. So there's no, we're removing meats, sweets, and carbs. These main three things the body has to work to break down. So by you not eating meats, sweets, and carbs, you're giving your body a break, right? And when you give your body a break, these are things your body got to work hard to break down and digest. So when you're not eating this, it's less work to digest and break down. You're only eating like fruits and vegetables, and you're keeping it very raw. Not even peanuts, like it's sunflower seeds instead of peanuts, or pumpkin seeds, it's seeds instead of peanuts, right? And you're not eating any carbs. So it's not just, oh, I'm eating vegetables so I can eat potatoes. There's no potatoes. Any type of vegetables that are carbs, you're not eating them. So it's that type of natural detox. Now, while you're doing that, you're denying the flesh, and you're allowing spirit to come through more. Just by simply giving your body a break, and your body doesn't have to work so much, it allows the spirit to speak a little louder. I guarantee you, while you're detoxing, you start to hear spirit more, just as anybody who's fasting. When you fast and when you detox, you start to hear spirit more. So yes, that's a faithfully. Did I answer your question? Let me know if I answered your question. But that's typically how fasting is going to help in the detoxing part with the craving. So now while you're doing that, you're allowing spirit to speak louder, and you're allowing yourself to hear the emotions over the cravings. You're allowing yourself to be more self-disciplined as well. So when something comes up, instead of going for the craving, you're being intentional about asking about the emotion. So it's like a two-part thing. So you're detoxing, aka fasting. You're detoxing / fasting. That's the part one. And part two is you're paying attention to your cravings through the emotions. It's bringing your attention to the emotions, which is energy in motion. The information comes from emotions, right? Okay, you said yes. You did answer it. Okay, good. I need help with healing the throat chakra. Is hurting and negatively manifested. Ooh, we was just talking about that, Shan. Thank you for bringing us back. Oh, you sit back. You're going to hear a little bit more about, sit back, be comfortable. We're going to speak a little bit more about the throat chakra because, as I said, this was a throat chakra day. And the full moon was really emphasizing the throat chakra. So there is something that needs to be said. There's something that needs to be expressed, or maybe even more receptive. It depends. If it's your throat, usually if you need to be more receptive, you'll have issues with your ears because your ears are for the throat chakra as well. The throat chakra is any issues with the throat, the top of your shoulder, back of your neck, any issues with the jaw, mouth, teeth, tongue, even down to the lower sinus area and your ears. So all of this and this, if you have any issues in this particular area, it has to do with the throat chakra, and it means the throat chakra is out of alignment. So what I would ask you, Shan, is how many, not how many, but what particularly are you feeling in your throat when you say hurting you? Like how is the throat feeling? What is the pain, if you can describe that? Salty about my money. God say I'm salty about my money. And what you're going to see, the more you face that, the more you work with, the more you step into the fifth dimension and you see how money is an illusion and you tap into the abundance mindset and see that you are the currency, then money becomes less of a problem. And you're not looking at money because you're going to trust the abundance, and you're going to know that as long as I work my currency, as long as I do what I need to do in my energy, my currency is going to turn over and it will not return void. Like what you do energetically is going to send out to the universe and it will not return void. You're going to get your abundance because what you give is what you receive. That's the law of giving and receiving. So when you give in your energy, when you tithe in your energy, when you find your sacred purpose and you do works in your sacred service, like this is my sacred service. This is what I do when I do my workshops, when I give, when I share information, I'm in my sacred service. And when I do that, I'm putting out and giving out into the universe. And so it always comes back in some way, shape, or form. I may not know how. And at certain points, sometimes you're in the lows where the actual physical money looks low, but fret not thyself because I'm always in my abundance. And as long as I give, I'm always going to receive. So when you're in that flow, then you ain't got to be salty no more. No more. Ashe? Let me see what else. Did I bring my glasses? You know, I got to bring my glasses when let's see what we saying here. I have been craving banana chips. I have so much anger. Yep. Oh, you saw 414. I didn't even see that. You caught the 414, which is unification within the foundational balance. Ashe to that. Because we balancing it out right now. I hope more people find your live and can also know they need to detox. Thank you. Thank you for the heart meat. Thank you, Lupita. Appreciate it. Faithfully they do and they find their way. I always say it's not for everybody, but the chosen few, yeah, please find me. The chosen of the chosen few, the 144, those 369ers, Aquarian age, Bronze age, fifth dimension, all those who are expanding in their consciousness, yeah, those people, I want them to find me. The communities, those who are meant for this soul tribe specifically to build this community, yes. Because the more that they understand with the detox, and the more I'm an energy alchemist, and I'm all about transcending through the mind. I'm about healing through the mind. And I say healing, quote unquote, because there's nothing to be healed, only truth to be revealed. Every time you allow revelation to take place, the healing will happen. You don't have to try to heal. What we need to do is work on the revelations. Just like what we're doing now, just like what I'm telling you about the detox. When we reveal to ourselves what the emotion is, the healing takes place. The craving goes away. You no longer need it. Your body doesn't need that because you've addressed it in the mind. And everything that is pressed in the body comes out of the mind. A lot of times we forget the power of the mind. So if you want to heal yourself, you need to reveal to yourself. This is why it's important to do what? Know thyself. Do you know how to detox the COVID shot? I'm so scared. Shan. Oh, see, no wonder why the throat chakra is, the throat chakra is like, we don't like this expression. Something was done that was not in alignment with your true integrity. I could sense it and hear it in you already. That's a part of the throat chakra. The throat chakra gets thrown out of alignment when we do things that are not in our integrity, in our soul's integrity, meaning it's not really something we wanted to do, you know? So I kind of get the sense that you may have done it, but it wasn't something you really wanted to do. Or you found out right after that, wait a minute, this does not align with the truth of who I am. And so it clashes with your soul's integrity. Ashe, thank you for the heart. And so when it clashes with your soul's integrity, it throws the throat chakra out of alignment. There's so many things that throws the throat chakra out of alignment. Gossiping, complaining, all of this heavily throws the throat chakra out of alignment. So do you know how to detox the COVID? We've talked about it before. Yes, it's not a direct detox, but to me it's direct. It's basically mostly of what I'm telling you right now, practicing this consistently, doing a detox every now and then, maybe quarterly, or we do the detox twice a year. I did it last year. I did it around April, around this same time. And then we did it again like around October, November. So if you can do it at least twice a year, at least once a year, we should always go through this detoxing phase. But I would say twice a year is really good, and even better quarterly. If you want faster results, I would say to you to do it quarterly. Every quarter, prepare yourself to go through a detox to detach. And as you're doing it in the way that I'm sharing it with you, you're going into your soul. Whenever you do your soul work and soul ascension, you're changing the codes. You're having a DNA activation. Remember that shot they put in your bloodstream, and it has messages. The RNAs and whatever are messengers that are speaking to your blood with nanobots and whatever's right. When you do more of your soul work intentionally, purposefully, and with integrity, and being really earnest and true and honest with yourself as you're doing it, you are ascending your soul. You're having a soul ascension. And while you're having a soul ascension, it's a DNA activation. And so you are changing the very codes in your DNA. So eventually it kind of squeezes out those RNAs. You prepare your body to get rid of those messages because you are recoding your DNA, if that makes sense. But you have to be very persistent, powerful in your journey, consistent, continuously. And like I said, quarterly. I would definitely do a detox quarterly and really be ready to change your life, world, and affairs. Change how you eat and be willing to be different from the rest, regardless of what it looks like. Right? Be prepared to make drastic changes to really get that out of your system. And definitely do not get any updates. That's what when we first talked about it in one of our 5D groups, there was someone there who had it, and I was telling them, do not get any more updates. That's why they want updates. They like to update people, because eventually your body, remember, our bodies are regenerative. We regenerate. We have regenerating cells. So your body, if you have an intelligent, which our cells are very intelligent, and if you're doing the soul work, you amplify that divine intelligence, and your body will remove the parasites in and of itself, just like the earth is doing right now, removing the parasites, the parasitic energies, right? Faithfully, I answered your question, Shan. Let me know. Let me scroll back, because I know I was speaking on that. Eve Jean. Ooh, I like that name. Welcome in, Eve Jean. Ashe, Ashe. Thank you. for coming through. Thank you for the follow, Dre. Thank you for coming through. Wagwan. We have a yardie, Wagwan. I soon touch yard when we have our retreat. And so, anyone interested in the Ancestral Passage Retreat, I'll be doing that this month, the end of this month, April. Ooh, thank you for my heart. I'll be doing it April 23rd, 3 days or 6 days, depending on how you want to do it. Feel like I'm having trouble expressing and using my voice. Yeah, your throat chakra is definitely being clamped. It could be you definitely may want to do a one-on-one. Get with me if you can so we could do a one-on-one. But to go further into it, it could be you holding back. It could be from childhood, inner childhood work that you may have to go into. It could be from someone suppressing you. It could be someone in the family. There's a lot of family things going on right now. We having a T-square with Jupiter in Cancer. That's the home life. So there could be things, if you're a generational curse breaker, if you're a karmic loop breaker, you're definitely under attack. I'm going to just let you know that right now. In your bloodline, if you have been working on breaking generational curses and you've been active in it, and you've seen some things where you're now saying to yourself, no more of this, even if you haven't said it to them, they feel it. They're boiling in the blood. Once you start to change, again, this is blood, this is DNA. Once you start to work on you, you boil the blood in everyone around you in your bloodline. They're boiling and they don't even know why, really. But the energy in them knows where it's coming from. The parasitic energy in them knows where it's coming from, right? So if you're doing any of that, they may be, clamping your throat where you're feeling like I just have problems expressing. And what I would say too, to work with the throat chakra, the solar plexus. You want to go into your solar plexus. The solar plexus and the throat chakra works hand in hand. The throat chakra is your expression. Your solar plexus is your I am. It is your I am essence, your confidence, your in being empowered in your spiritual identity. It's your identity body. So it's your I am center. So you're probably being attacked in your identity body as well, to where you're feeling choked, right? So you want to empower that identity body so you can feel free to express it. And you may want to utilize the heart in between, because the heart is the bridge between the two. So you may want to do some meditations as well. There's some other things I can tell you to do with it, but you want to activate the solar plexus. So you want to eat the foods of the solar plexus, do the things that activate the solar plexus. You can always look up more. You want to activate the throat chakra. You want to do certain meditations where you're just like what I was talking about, the chakra infusion. See, we're going back to the chakra infusion. Thank you for that. You want to put your left hand on your solar plexus, your sternum, and as you meditate, and put your right hand on your throat. This is the giving, the left hand is the receiving. So you want to inhale from the solar plexus while you're meditating. You can do this with sound meditation, or you can do it silently. You can listen to a combination. You can pull it up on YouTube and you can just type in solar plexus throat chakra combo meditation. And when it pulls that up, you can just let that play and put your left hand on your solar plexus, your right hand on your throat. And as you take deep breaths in, when you inhale the solar plexus, the evolved, elevated aspects of the solar plexus. Inhale your empowerment. Inhale everything that you know you are in your spiritual essence, in your higher being. Really empower yourself on that inhale. And then on the exhale, breathe that into the throat. It's almost like you're taking it from the solar plexus and bringing it into the throat. And see, if you're visualistic as well, you may want to see the yellow light. See that yellow light swirling around. The chakras are energy wheels. It's like a vortex. So kind of see that wheel or that sphere that is spinning. See the yellow, And then imagine it as you're breathing with it, as you're pouring it into the blue. See it coming into the blue, and you can see it even exchanging through the heart, right? Because the heart is going to really hinge it together as it is the bridge, right? Faithfully, that has helped. That's just a little exercise I can give you to work with. But again, feel free to do a one-on-one if you want to go deeper into that throat chakra. You can message me, you can email me at akilatextry@gmail.com, AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. Hey, True, what up, though? What up? I like that. What up, though? Thank you for coming through. Share the hearts, tap the hearts. We're going to continue on about this chakra infusion with this full moon. This is the first time I'm really sharing the chakra infusion in this way. So we can understand how to infuse our chakras, utilize them. Like, they're not just placements in your mind. Like, we got to really utilize our chakras. You're welcome, Shan. Faithfully, this was able to help. Hood sage. Ooh, sage. Where my sage at? I got some sage for you. Hood. I got that sage for the hood. Thank you for the heart meat, frog. Thank you. Frog love. Ribbit, ribbit. Greetings, beloveds. Thank you for being here. I had to get approved for rehab, sadly. Oh, you had to get rehab? What is the rehab for, Shan? Rehab, rehab. Power of the tongue. Yes, the tongue is very powerful, and it definitely has to do with your throat. So you want to be mindful of the tongue and it's all its power, because when you speak it, ooh, 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 you solidify the thoughts. Thoughts are very powerful, but when you speak it and when you do, you add power to it. Those appointed for your vibrational womb energy frequency will be drawn to your frequency. Thank you, Yasif. You know it. You know it. Those who are appointed are in alignment. They will be drawn to. They will find the way. Hello, Jermaine. Peace, love, and light. I felt connected to the 5G towers after the shot. Really messed with my frequency after. Oh, really messed with my frequency after the shot. Oh, was it the 5G towers? Okay. So somehow there was some connection with you and these 5G towers, and you know they send off. The 5G towers is sending off radiation and all of that stuff. That's how they were able to, let me not go down that lane again, but that's how the whole pandemic was able to come about, through those towers. Because that's what's giving off the radiation that gave off all those flu symptoms. So everybody could feel like they sick. That's because they was putting up all those doggone towers. Right? Before we recognize it, before we think we saw it, they was already putting some up. And then the shots were to make you even more compatible with their 5G. Right? And then, yes, it does mess with your frequency, especially if you're a chosen one, especially if your bloodline, in your blood, you're meant to do something else. But then this came and invaded and sent different messages into your bloodline that's not meant to be there. So, yeah, the frequencies are going to really, because 5D is accelerated frequency. We're getting fifth density light. The earth is in the fifth dimension, whether we understand it or not. Now, how we exist in 5D is dependent on us, on our consciousness, right? Ooh, you saw 433 and 434. 433 is foundational balance with master creativity following right behind it. And 434 is creative completion within the foundational balance. So we're seeing that creative completion within the foundational balance. Ashe to that. Thank you for recognizing that. Here we go. Yo, yo. The mighty KBM. Thank you for coming through and being the number 13 fan. Hey, that's a good number right there. 13, that's the feminine energy right there. That's receptivity whenever it's feminine. That's a divine feminine right there. Frog Love says, very interested. I'm glad that you are. Thank you, Grimmy. Thank you, Frog, Marcel. Keep tapping the heart so that those who can find it, those who are meant to be with us, are able to find this energetic flow, right? Addiction. So I had to get the shot. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. So while you were in there, it was a part of approval, that in order to get in, it was part of, and this is how they did things back then. If you want to do this, you got to get that. um if you're going into rehab, if you're going into jail, live restricted for some audience, your live contains themes that some may find uncomfortable, okay, and has been restricted. Reason, oh, they done called me misinformation. Call me misinformation. Okay, okay, live. I'm getting a warning, y'all. This is the first time this happened to me. Okay. Warning. Submit feedback. I said okay. Okay is not enough. I got to submit a feedback. I guess they don't like me talking about the vanillas, the jabs. Yes, first time. Oh, Jermaine, welcome in. First time here. Come on in, come on through. I guess they don't like us talking about that, but you get what I'm saying. For those of us who know, right? This is why I like to do my Zoom meetings, because when we do the Zoom meetings, when we do workshops and we do update Zoom meetings, we go deep. We go in deeper than what y'all even hearing right now, because ain't nobody can come up on the Zoom meetings flagging me talking about misinformation. They know it's true. Anyhow, that's what they do when you're going into prisons and things like that. I guess they saying I got the warning because I'm talking about something that may make some people uncomfortable, right? If it does not apply, let it fly. If anybody's uncomfortable, they can feel free to zoom on by, because I'm going to do nothing but truth right here. Yes, it is, Ashe. We speaking truth over here. That's right, Shan. Truth. Frog is like, why? With the eyes. Right? Like, what was Lauryn Hill? Misunderstood. Wait, no, miseducation. Yeah, they call me misinformation. I like that. Misinformation. Put the misses on it. That's right, God. Put some respect on it. All right? Mrs. Make sure you put that R in the middle. Mrs. Information, because I'm coming with that. Don't go where you feel uncomfortable. That's right. If anybody's uncomfortable, they don't got to be there, period. Get it, Miss Hill. That part. Right? Miseducation. I'm going to give you the misinformation. Mrs. Information. They clamp in our throat on throat day. Right? Thank you. Applaud. Round of applause. They trying to clamp our throat on throat chakra day. This is why a lot of people are having throat chakra issues, and this is probably why this full moon is really emphasizing throat chakra, because this is what's needed. We need the throat chakra to be activated. We need our throat chakras to be amplified, and not worrying about who's uncomfortable, who doesn't like it, right? This is why I say I don't use that opposition energy. They want us to make them comfortable. They want us to use words that make them comfortable, like unalive. This is why I say I won't use that. If I'm speaking about it, I'm going to say the word death, kill, murder. I'm not going to make these energies comfortable. You want me to make you comfortable because y'all are afraid of annihilation, because you're afraid that your timelines are crumbling and crashing? So you don't want people using particular words? I'm not mincing my words for anyone. I'm not clamming up my throat chakra for anyone. And so these energies, this particular full moon, let me tilt it so we still got a shot of the full moon there, wants us to, in this particular full moon, the chakra infusion has a strong emphasis on the throat. Wherever there is a double up of the chakra, like the Thursday's a throat day, it is a strong emphasis on focusing on your throat chakra. Free your expression, right? Allow yourself to receive. If you're having any ear problems, it's because you need to allow yourself to receive. Listen carefully. Adhere to things. Adhere to the truths that you're getting. Ashe? Right? That's right. Now clock that. I like that, Frog Love. Clock it. Thank you for the popular. That's right. Let them know Mrs. Information is in the building and she's popular. Pop that collar, popular. Right? So the emphasis on the throat. Oh, I got the big heart, not the universal heart. Ashe. The emphasis on the throat is really asking us to be in right expression, true expressions. And I'm going to tell y'all what that looks like, because some of us don't know when we out of alignment with the throat, right? Silence is acquiesce. Thank you for the hearts. UCC. Am I saying that right? UCC? Because I don't want to say yuck. I don't want to yuck the yum, right? So it's really asking us to look at how we're expressing ourselves and are we being in true integrity, to really check with ourselves and see, am I complaining a lot? Because when you complain, it's really putting a lot of negative energy out there. Even if that's what's really happening, we want to alchemize the energies. When we complain, we're subsiding, we're doubling down, we're allowing the low vibrations to take us on a road. So when we complain, when we gossip, that's throwing this chakra out of alignment. And even if it's not gossiping like how you think, when we talk about another who is not there, who can't defend themselves, or if we won't say it to their face, when we talk about another with others and it's not said to them and it's not in good faith, good character, right? That too blocks this chakra. So we're looking at how we throw this chakra out of alignment, and the emphasis on it is saying bring it together. This full moon in Libra is saying find the balance in your compassion for the collective and being in your soul sovereignty. Your compassion for yourself helps you to have compassion for the collective so that you can be in true soul sovereignty, which means in your soul sovereignty, you're walking in your authentic authority. Throat chakra, speak up. Be about your true spiritual business. Express it. Walk in authenticity wherever you go. Be in your authentic truth. Right? And that is empowering the throat chakra. So it's asking us to pull it together in our throat chakra. Pull the whole doggone thing together. Ashe? Let me see. Oh, 444. I just missed it. 444. Thank you for the 444. You keeping me on the count. Keeping me on the count on what's the amount in the account, the energies that are held in account. 444 is the foundational balance times 3. It is the trinity of a foundational balance. So we're harmonizing, we're looking for that balance. And that 4, think of your core 4. Lower chakras are your core 4 from the root into the heart, which we were speaking about this as well. Thank you for the information. Sending love. Ahoy. You're welcome, Shan. Remember, feel free to message me. Feel free to email me or message me about a one-on-one so we could go a little bit further into your throat if you so choose to. Yes, 5G nanotechnology in the shot is conductor for the 5G towers. Detox meditation is a remedy. That's right, Yasser. Come with it. Let you say it. Because if I say it, even though I just read it out loud, they're going to want to call me misinformation, right? You welcome. You're very welcome. Facts, Womb Oracle. You're welcome, Yasif. Always. Thank you for sharing your words, your love, your light, right? I learned the more I complained, I was manifesting more to complain about. Exactly. Because what you put out there, you're telling the universe, give me more, give me more, give me more, right? The universe only understands energy. It doesn't understand the word don't. Right? I remember my spiritual mentor telling me that the universe doesn't understand don't. Right? Frog said it was 1:44 a.m. over here. Oh, you in Cali, California love. Frog love, you over there in California love. So 144 for you. That's right, yes, if I just followed you. Oh, thank you for following. That's what I like, when we share and we can follow each other up in here. Right? So the universe doesn't understand I don't. So when we say I don't want something, oh, I don't like that, I don't want that, all the universe understands is what you gave your attention to. So whatever you're complaining about and saying, I don't like this, I don't want this, what you're saying to the universe is, please give me more of this because I'm giving this attention. Where attention goes, energy flows and the result shows. Good, bad, or ugly. That's just what it is. And who knows this knows. And if you don't know, now you know. Ashe? So wherever you are placing your energy, be mindful of that. Be mindful. I believe me, I had it doesn't work right away. You gotta practice this. You gotta practice to practice it. Because when you've been doing it all your life, it's hard to just stop cold turkey. You're used to saying, man, I don't want that. I don't like that. And you really have to listen to yourself and catch yourself and be like, hold up, I'm giving attention to this. Let me not say what I don't want. Let me emphasize what I want, right? You got to flip it, alchemize it. So if it's something that you don't want, say the opposite. Just emphasize what you do want. You know what? I would like it if da 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 da. Let's say it's like I don't want to be around people that's not respecting me. You know what? I would like it if I attract those who respect me. I choose to be in the law of attraction for those who respect my energy, my light, rather than focusing on those who don't. Right? I'm tired of people doing X, Y, and Z. No, focus on the people that are there for you. Focus on the things in life that you do want, and then you will get more of. And be in true harmony with it. The throat chakra is about truth, right? Right? I'm still a work in progress, right? I definitely be checking myself out loud. Me too, me too. We creatures of habit. And if you've been doing this all your life, just because you find out some information now, right? I found this out, what I'm telling you all about the universe doesn't care about the word don't. I found this out about 20 years ago. 20 years ago, and I still had to work it. I'm still sometimes catching myself. I don't do it as much. This is 20 years ago. And it took this time for me to practice and keep checking myself out loud. Hey, you giving attention to this? Be honest with yourself. Do you really not want this in your life? Because you're saying I don't, and you're giving it attention. Right? Heavy on the checking self out loud, ain't that? I know that's right, entity. Jelly, welcome in. Balanced Boy, welcome in. Thank you for the likes. Keep sending the hearts so that those who are meant to be here can find the pathway here, right? They channel truth along the paths they approve. Funny thing is, they can't detect what they do not accept. Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you talking about the people that's checking me, the people that don't want me to speak on certain things, that they channel truths along the paths that they approve? They let things go through that they approve, and they can't, oh, okay, yeah. And the funny thing is, they can't detect what they don't accept. Correct me if I'm wrong. They can't detect what they don't accept, which means they have to accept it. So no, you're not wrong. Correct. I agree. The funny thing is, they can't detect what they don't accept. And it's just like that with us. We don't really detect what we're not accepting. So we have to be mindful of what we're accepting. Ashe? So discussing the full moon and throat chakra healing. Share your thoughts. That's right, AI. That's what we doing. So bringing that back to the full moon and what this full moon is emphasizing. So we started out talking mainly about the root and the sacral. So as I said, that was a tight spiral. I call it a chakra fusion spiral. So the tight part of the spiral was working with the root and the sacral, flipped right back to back, the first day and the second day, our physical body with the emotional body. Then as we went into these other chakras, now we have from the solar plexus to the root, there's a spiral engagement going on here. And as it comes in close, it's very focus is what I call it, on the throat. So it comes in wider, comes in a little tighter between the heart and the third eye, and then into the throat, a very strong focus on the throat. So on the solar plexus, it was a solar plexus crown day. So left hand on the solar plexus, right hand on the crown. What can we bring from the solar plexus into the crown, into our from our identity body into our cosmic body? This is the gateway to the cosmos, right? And what blocks this is ego attachment, and we don't want to be in ego attachment. We want to be in total connectivity. So taking your spiritual identity from your solar plexus, right? That's the evolved aspect, and placing that into, when you really know who you are, you remove the blocks in the crown that are the ego attachment. Because the solar plexus is the ego, but we want to attach it to the wise ego. Yes, I do Reiki, Hugh. Thank you for asking. I'm actually a Reiki master. I am Kemetically inclined Reiki master. So more Sekra, I call it Sekra energy. Because Reiki comes originally from Kemet before it went to the Sanskrit teachings and the Tibetan teachings. So I'm more Kemetically inclined. Yes, a Reiki master. Thank you, Lauren, for following, and Frog. Thank you. So when we take that energy, and as I said, ultimately, I'm an energy alchemist. I just kind of fell into Reiki. Someone suggested I go into it, but I was always working with energy and transmuting energy. That's my gift. Before I even knew what it was, that's what I do. So the solar plexus, we want to take that spiritual, that identity body, which is the wise ego, and we want to breathe that in. Put your right hand on your crown and give that into the crown chakra, so that you are amplifying your spiritual identity to remove the ego attachment, the personal ego. Remove that out the way, which allows you to be in your total connectivity in the crown. That's how the solar plexus gives into the crown, right? And then as we come closer in, which was yesterday on the full moon, on the exact full moon, we were on the heart chakra. And that day was a third eye day, Wednesday. So it was a heart third eye. And so in the infusion, as it comes in a little tighter, now it's working with taking what's in the heart. And this works very well because the heart is about unification. The heart is the bridge. The heart is about unity, the love frequency, which is unity. And the third eye is about transcendence, because of balancing. It is about when we transcend, when we move from the two eyes to the single eye. So it is really about harmonizing. So once we do that, we go from the two into the one. So it is the activity of unifying. So what we're doing is we're taking from the heart what elevates the higher aspects of the heart, which is authenticity, the love frequency, right? The pure love, forgiveness that brings the peace that surpasses all understanding, that allows you to unify, to harmonize in the third eye, so that you can transcend and move beyond any polarized dualities, to bring them into harmony. The heart helps you do that. So the heart is working with the third eye and pouring that into the third eye, bringing that harmony, which activates your intuition, right? The block, it removes the block of illusions, because you're unifying in the heart and you're in your authenticity. When you're in your authenticity, you cannot be in the illusions. So that higher heart helps to remove the illusions out the third eye, which amplifies your insight and your intuition and allows you to flow in wisdom. Ashe? So that's how those two are working together. And you're going to see, as we pass the throat chakra, it's going to be the flip of the two that I just explained. So just like we had that tight infused flip with the root and the sacral, you're going to see the flip up here. It's just not immediately back to back the next day. It's going through the focus of the throat. So now once we pass that on the heart, third eye day, now we're in the throat. And so we're putting both hands on the throat. The left and the right. And I would say put the left over the right. Put the left over the right. Spirit over flesh. Put the left over the right. And you can, just like what I said to Shan about listening to the combo meditations, you can do that with any of these combos that I'm giving you. And imagine that as you breathe in, you're inhaling from the one with your left hand and pouring that into the one with your right hand. So on the throat, we want to really emphasize taking in the higher aspects of the throat, which is being in your truth, living in your soul's integrity, living according to truth. Live, move, and have your being in truth. All expressions are reflections of truth. And pouring that into the throat, where the blocks of the throat may be living in lies. Not that you mean to lie to yourself, but when you're not living in your authenticity, you're somewhat walking in these lies of yourself, living in places in you that are not so true. And so you want to remove those blocks of those lies and those untruths that are not for you. So as you're focusing on the throat, you're taking all aspects of truth, integrity, authenticity, pouring that into the throat to remove and dispel all lies that we may be living under, to dispel any complaining, to remove any gossiping, anything that throws this chakra out of alignment. You want to remove that by pouring in truth and authenticity and soul integrity. And that is going to bring clarity into your throat chakra, which validates your insight. Clarity is going to always validate your insight. Ashe? So that's on throat day. Now, as we move up into the next two upper higher chakras, this is a flip of the other two down here. So now what's happening is on third eye day, we're going to put our left hand on the third eye and the right hand on the heart. This is for Friday. It's a third eye day, right? Which for a lot of us, we're here already, but I'm still on my throat, right? So you're going to put your left hand on your third eye. You're going to pull out what you need, the higher aspects of your third eye, the intuition, the wisdom, all of that. And you're going to pour that into the heart. Right hand on the heart. So this is how the third eye gives back into the heart, right? And so the number one block of the heart is usually like grief and unforgiveness. So you want the intuition and the wisdom of the third eye, the transcendence of polarization into harmonizing. You want to take that from the transcendent body and place that into the heart, into the energetic body. So you're going to imagine that as you're breathing in, inhaling from the third eye and exhaling that into the heart. This is a chakra infusion, right? And this is going to remove the blocks of the heart, remove your grief. You want to take all of your intuition and wisdom that highlights to you that all of your grief is simply a loss, right? The wisdom in that is going to tell you, is going to whisper into your heart that it only feels like a loss because you're no longer carrying these burdens anymore. As you're stepping into something new and true, you have to let go of what no longer serves you. So that is going to feel like a loss, and that is what is showing up as grief. And you're taking that wisdom and letting your heart know it's okay to let go of what no longer serves you. And that should start to flush out any grief. The wisdom is going to let you know that that grief is only you sensing the loss of what no longer serves you, right? It's also going to remove any unforgiveness, because the wisdom is going to let you know that you're giving love forward. The harmonizing with the love frequency is going to remind your heart that you're giving love forward. And with that, you can forgive those. You can forgive yourself, which helps you forgive those. It's going to help you. This wisdom helps you pour into the heart. Ashe? And so, roll with Rachel. Thank you for following. Thank you for following the live. Balanced Body Beyond. Thank you for following and sharing the hearts. Thank you. The more you all heart, the more it opens the pathways. And then finally, taking us to the crown, left hand on the crown. This is on the crown chakra day, and this will be on Saturday, which Saturday by the moon is the crown, but on the calendar, it is a solar plexus day. So it's a crown solar plexus. So now here's the switch of the crown and the solar plexus. You're going to take your left hand, put it on the crown, and your right hand and put it on the solar plexus. On the inhale, you're going to breathe in all of the higher aspects of the crown, which is total connectivity, truth, beauty, and goodness, everything connected to the universe and beyond. And you're going to take that and you're going to, on the exhale, breathe that into the solar plexus, cutting through any blocks in the solar plexus, right? This total connectivity is going to remove any shame in your identity body, because when you're in total connectivity with the universe, who cares what anybody else thinks, right? Who cares about these stories or narratives that have been playing in your life, world, and affairs that do not align with the cosmos and the divine? So you take the higher aspects of the divine and you place that into the solar plexus. You build your solar plexus, reminding your solar plexus, pouring that in to the confidence and placing back the empowerment just from understanding your total connectivity. So you can see we just went through all of the chakra infusions. I got through it, yay, with you all. So you can see what that is. If you have any questions, if anybody wants to do any one-on-ones, let me know. You can message me, you can email me. Thank you, roll with Rachel. Everything you're saying makes perfect sense. Ashe, Ashe, I'm glad you recognize it, see it, work it. If you work it, it works if you work it. So see how it works with you. This is just the chakra infusion spiral that I was getting with this full moon and sharing that with you. I've been wanting to share the chakra information and I usually don't. So I'm practicing more to share. Maybe we'll be able to do it further on with other full moons. We'll see how that goes. If you want to connect with me, you can message me. I do. Yes, I'm a Reiki master. I'm an energy alchemist. What else do I do? I have a 5D calendar to help get you off the old timeline into a true timeline for those of you who are shifting timelines and quantum leaping, entering into the fifth dimension. I'm also a 5D pioneer, helping those to find that bifurcation bridge as the timelines are splitting and collapsing. Thank you, K Love, for the follow, and user 7234810, all them numbers. Thank you for following through. That felt so nice. You're welcome, Crystal Eve. I'm glad oh, you could feel it. Good. Yes, that's right. Duh, people can feel it. I was just like going over it with you, but that means that you were able to receive it and you were actually taking it in. So I thank you for your receptivity and the reciprocal energy. That means you were able to receive what I was sharing with you. I also do natal chart readings. So for those, and I really do always advocate, please get to know your natal chart. I go over it with you. I don't just read you it. I go over it with you so that you understand how to read your natal chart, how to understand the cosmos in you, which is an ebook that I have, The Cosmos in Me. Have not let it out yet. I'm going to. I've definitely got to do it this year. I haven't released it because I was waiting on doing I pretty much put it together for a workshop. It was supposed to be a Cosmos in Me workshop that I was supposed to do with another spiritual place that I had to leave because Saturn and Pisces was not playing. And that was one of the places that it pretty much took away from me. That was a loss that I had to grieve. But this is part of it. Just like a lot of people are losing their religious places that they've been in. People are leaving religion by the droves. Like a lot of people are finding their true space within themselves. They're finding out that the spiritual places that they've been in are not really spiritual. The spiritual people that they've been around are not really spiritual. Right? And this is not to condemn anyone, but a lot of us, thank you for all the hearts. Thank you so much. I gotta say thank you. Shooting star, a real one right behind you on your left. Oh, you saw it? I knew there was something happening. I kept looking to the far left corner. I probably intuitively was just drawn to it because I didn't crystal clear see it, but I kept looking in the corner like by the moon for some reason. Something was drawing my attention. So thank you, Crystal, for seeing that for me. Because if you see it, I see it. Third eye activity. Talk to me now. Thank you, Frog. Oh, you were sending your awesome. So awesome. This sounds helpful. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Healing Duality. This is what I'm here for. Helpful, helping us to cross that bridge and helping us to tap into our soul codes, our subconscious mind. This is what I do this for, right? I do a lot of this, and I also have a workshop coming up for those who may not have heard earlier. An ancestral passage workshop where we understand that the ancestors in time are the codes in our bloodline. So a little bit more of what I was speaking of. I did a live on it earlier talking about the divine masculine and how it's time to nurture the divine masculine, but that was a whole nother live. I accidentally changed my name and can't change it back, but it's Julia. Oh, why you can't change it back? Healing Julia. Thank you, Julia, for coming through. Why can't you change it back? Is it talking about on TikTok, like it changed your name and you can't change it back? What had happened? I'm on a journey with my masculine. I think it's been wild. What a journey, right? A lot of us have been, especially if you've been a masculinated feminine, as I was. So, and we talked about that earlier. So, the ancestral passage is definitely going to help those who are tapping into their soul codes via the ancestors. And we're not just talking about ancestors that passed away. We're talking about the codes in your bloodline. We're talking about the ancestral realm that really exists as a particle in your bloodline, as an imprint in time, right? That is speaking to you through your soul's design. It's a whole grand design, very intrinsic. So when we really understand, and we're going to break this down some more, it's a 3-day or a 6-day retreat in Jamaica, April 23rd. You can either come for 3 days or 6 days. There's a sacred space for 3 days, and then we do 3 days of an excursion where we actually go out and go to different particular locations that are high vibrational, more likely where there's water, rivers, and connecting with different, let's say, ley lines, different hot spots. I want to say energetic hot spots, and it's really going to activate. It's very small, very intimate, only 3 places, right? If it's for you, let it be for you, right? If it's for you, speak to your guide, speak to your divine. Don't look at money, don't look at things that you may think is blocking you. Just speak to your guides, your ancestors, your angels, your celestial hosts, and say, hey, if this is for me, if this is an alignment, please align me. And do not look at lack. And because the doors won't open for you if you're looking at lack. Just like my spiritual mentor told me, just ask yourself, is this for me? Do you want to go? And that's what she did to me on a retreat. I was like, ooh, I so want to go. She was like, do you want to go? I was like, yeah, but I don't really got the money, right? And she was like, I didn't ask you that. The question is, do you want to go? Ashe? Jasmine says, where in Jamaica and how much? It depends on which package you choose. So if you email me, I could give you the packages, but it's going to be in the range of about 1,200 to 15. I don't really like to, I'm doing my best to keep it, at a minimum. I went to Jamaica and retreated with someone like around October. I took 2 people with me, and we went with a budget of 1,000. And we were really sharing the space. We went with a budget of $1,000 for about 4 days, right? 4 to 5 days. And was with a tighter, we actually shared a lot of the funds. So if we could do that for 3 days, it's going to probably be the lower. For 3 days, it'll probably be the 12. And for the full 6 days would probably more likely be the 15. And so it depends on your lodging, what room and board that you're picking as well. So it's going to be in between that range from 12 to 15, right? It's in Jamaica. What part of Jamaica? It's going to be in Portland. How can I get on your email list? Email me at akilatextry@gmail.com, or you can message me here and I'll send you the email. It's AKILAHTEXTRI@gmail.com. If anybody here caught that and you can post it, please post it so someone else can see it. Let me see if I have any questions. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I do my best to keep it minimum. I don't like to, pull out people pockets, something that it doesn't have to be, so expensive. Oh, that sounds amazing. I miss the time and date you said. It's going to be April 23rd. If you're coming for those 3 days, there's 2 sets of 3 days. If you can come for the sacred space, which is the 23rd to the 26th, or you can come for the excursion part, which is the 26th through the 29th, or you can do the entire 6 days. I feel like if you want the full experience, I would do the 6 days if you could. If you can only do one and you want the most intimate part of it, I would do the sacred space. If you don't want to go that deep and you just want to be on the excursion, because either way you're going to be getting something out of it. The excursion is not as deep as the sacred space, where we're really going to be tapping into that bloodline, helping you understand the codes in your bloodline, and really tapping into the understanding how we connect with our ancestors and how they connect with us, so we can really move with that flow. And the purpose of doing that first is we're going to take that into the excursion and practice it. So there's things that those of us who are in the sacred space, we're going to take that and do a practical application while we're on the excursion. We're going to practice utilizing our earth codes, our light codes, our water codes, things that we've gained in the sacred space. We're going to put it to practice. Even if you don't have it perfected, you're going to practice it so that as you leave from that, you're not going to leave the same, right? When you leave from there, you're definitely going to be upgraded clearly in your bloodline, and you're going to know how to move and listen to spirit and listen to the earth, connecting to the earth, right? And that's the grounding is what's really needed as we're entering into the fifth dimension. As technology picks up, we want to understand our true technology. We are the technologies. And so tapping into the earth codes in this way is helping you to unlock all the dormant codes that Third Eye Atlas just came and unleashed in the earth. It's helping to unlock all of that, right? So we're going to practice that. So it's limited space. It's 6 people, and we already unofficially have about 4 people. We have a solid 1 person that is already ready to put their deposit in, and it's going to go by first come first serve deposit wise. So we already have unofficially 4 people. So there's, like, from what I'm seeing, about 2 spaces left, but again, it goes by deposit. So roll with Rachel. Let me know if you got the email. This is assimilation. S. Dot. That's right. All of this is assimilation. I'm glad you know it. Right? This is, we here in this big simulation, in this duality with the demiurge. We could go into all of that. You know it. We've talked about that, and I'll talk about it some more. Oh, I will be healing from my mommy makeover. Oh, okay, you're doing a makeover, but if you do this again, my husband and I would go to... Yes, we're definitely going to be doing it again, Crystal, just to let you know. From what I've been guided, this is a small part. This ancestral passage is a small piece and a small part to a longer vision. Ultimately, the ultimate destination for the retreat is going to be in Africa. So what I'm being guided is we're going to do 3 times in Jamaica. And then the next one, the 4th one, will be over to Jamaica. So it's really a Sankofa journey type of healing, so to speak, what I call a Sankofa healing journey. where, for those who don't know what Sankofa means, is to stand in the present, looking back in the past, retrieving, rewriting, relearning what is needs to be redone in the past, and bringing it forward and bringing that new information into the present. But we have to go back. We have to look back. So a part of this is going back to bring it forward, to move forward. And even if that's not your long-term goal, maybe that is not for you. This is mainly a lot helping a lot of people remove a lot of the ancestral trauma um, on the way back over to Africa. And even if that is not it, just simply going to one of these retreats are going to help you tap into your bloodline, your soul codes and your bloodline, helping you see your ancestral passage and connecting you to them. Even if you're not from Jamaica, that where the ancestors gather, there will be a link. It's like a dial up. It's like a three-way call. Like it's like you'll be going to Jamaica and like they gonna tap in your ancestors and everybody will be right there. It's all one ancestral connection. Let me see what else. Do you have any coming up after April? Yes, I do. So, like I said, I'm being shown to do 3. I'm still listening for spirit for how it's going to be. But after April, the next one is probably going to be around July or August. So we'll see how this one goes. And then we'll plan for the next one, which will be July or August. That should be the second one. So this is a 3-phase. This is phase 1. Then we have a phase 2 and a phase 3. And I'm just sharing that for those who really, really align with this on another level of really like the return into Africa and understanding this journey. This is a 3-phase step. So you can do all 3 phases, or you can come one then the other, however it works for you. But the second phase is going to be the next one in about July or August. And then the third phase is probably going to be around October, November. And that'll be it for those 3 phases. And then we'll probably do more again later on. But after that, the next one will be the retreat to Ghana. Yep. We already kind of got a location in lock in Ghana. And so we want to be able to have that trip in 2027. So we're doing the 3 phases in Jamaica 2026. And then 2027, or let me say it according to according to the 5D calendar. 2018, because this is the year of 2018. So we want to do 3 in 2018, and then by 2019 in the next year, we want to be over in Ghana. So if this is for you, tap in, email me. I'll share any other information with you that you would like. There are ancestors that they themselves do not manifest in flesh or form. Are you asking, are there ancestors that they themselves do not manifest in flesh or form? Ancestors that don't manifest. If they're ancestors, they would have had to have been here at some point on this earthly plane, because the ancestral aspect is that connection through the bloodline from when they have existed on this plane. So they were actually in flesh and form. If they have not ever been here in flesh and form, then that spiritual essence would be more in the form of a guide, a spiritual guide, an angelic host, a celestial host, a galactic being, any one of those. But as long as they are ancestors and they have traveled through the ancestral realm, they are existing in some type of imprint and within the bloodline, right? In your blueprint, there's an imprint, an energetic imprint that they can tap into and exist into, that when we see them and when we dream them and we think it's them, but it's really it's like a hologram, if you will. It's like a hologram of them. From wherever they are, because we are multi-dimensional beings. So that part of them comes through that hologram, so to speak, and exists and comes before you through a type of ancestral imprint that is known onto you. And it is through the bloodline that it can come through you, because it is codes within your bloodline. So it's almost like the codes in your bloodline put up this hologram, and here's this hologram, here's this ancestor that can come through the many imprints it has left behind on the earth plane, if that makes sense. Right? Did I answer that? Let me know if I answered that. Ooh, and we got 515. Unification within physical, spiritual balance. Or it can be said as unification within the change. Ashe, ashe. So, yes, we're discussing the spiritual journey to Jamaica, connecting with the ancestors. So, we got through, we spoke on the energy centers, the chakras infusion that has been happening, that we are experiencing through this full moon. And we spoke on the other aspects of, even the detox, the detach. So look out for that if you're into that. I'll speak more on it. What else was I supposed to speak on? Witnessing a cyclical. Okay, so I had this download today. I wanted to speak on it. I may have to do this more of another day, maybe tomorrow, because there's a lot that was said here, and I really want to stay focused on the full moon, because this was the full moon part 2, and I did share the chakras with you, so you all got that and you can see that. Anything else to know about this full moon was, what was it? It was the Neptune and Saturn that is in square with Jupiter. So this was something that to share with you all on this is also what's bringing up the maternal, the family, the ancestral. Jupiter being in Cancer has to do with home life. And this is why a lot of us have been having familial issues. And if you're a generational curse breaker, yes, you have been under attack. The bloodline is under attack and is showing so much. A lot of us are seeing people in different ways. A lot of us are seeing the demonic entities and energies, what I call the parasitic entanglement in the bloodline, right? So we're witnessing that. And so Neptune and Saturn has been in a square, right, to Jupiter ever since, we were in the month of Aquarius or Anubis. And it'll be there until Jupiter leaves Cancer. So there's this little square going on. And with the full moon, we had a T-square, because the moon was in Libra, opposite to the sun, and Neptune and Saturn in Aries, and then we had Jupiter in Cancer, and these are all cardinal signs. So this is part of the cardinal cross. So we're seeing this T-square with the cardinals. So there's this energy of the cardinals are always what we're taking leadership in, what is changing, what is initiating. There you go, in the changes. Good night. Your feed has been going in and out over here. Appreciate your time if you need to sleep. Right. Thank you. Thank you, Crystal, for coming through. It's been going in and out. Turkey, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate your space and your presence as well, Crystal Eve. Look forward to seeing you in one of the workshops or the retreats. Ashe, thank you. So that Neptune and Saturn T-square has had us, squared up with things in the family. Good night as well, Balanced Body Beyond. I want to say bath. I'm hearing beyond. I'm hearing bed, bath, and beyond. Balanced body and beyond. I like that. Ashe, ashe. Thank you for coming through. So this Neptune, what it's saying to you, to us, is that Neptune's dreams and visions are opening up, while Saturn's accountability helps with the revelations through Pluto's sextile, to seek and seize the opportunity of Jupiter's square that pulls on the expanded wisdom in the house of Cancer, under the principalities of home, family, ancestor, maternal, nurturer, emotions, and etc. And this is why I was talking earlier about nurturing the divine masculine, because that's what Jupiter is all in Cancer is highlighting right now. The nurturer aspect is coming up, and it's the responsibility of the feminine, the maternal, right? And I spoke about that earlier. But this is just to show how Neptune, the involvement with the planets, Neptune and Saturn, Neptune being the planet of dreams and aspirations and visions, right? And Saturn is accountability. So, with both accountability for these visions, it's helping you to see the revelations, right? The visions are there. And now we have to have accountability. So, the revelations, we can't deny what's being revealed. Pluto is a planet of revelations through death to rebirth transformation. So, it don't always feel good. It don't feel good, but it brings you the truth, and the truth will set you free. So it's allowing true revelation. A lot of us have seen some things that some of us wish we could unsee, right? Some of us are like, oh, please, why did I have to see this? Why do I have to know it? Because once you know it, you can't unknow it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. And to whom much is given, much is required. So there's a responsibility, the ability to respond, just like accountability, the ability to account for the energies that have been held in accounts, right? So this is what has been happening. So the challenges in these areas that I've just mentioned, family and ancestral bloodline, all of that, the challenges in these areas is to allow the revelations, third eye, to restore personal power, your solar plexus, through the reverence and persistence of accountability of these dreams and visions, right? Or vice versa, it's to allow the perseverance and persistence of the accountability of these dreams to empower the soul to adhere to the revelations, right? Which is the third eye, to adhere to the revelations of truth. So either or, it's working either way. It's either it's allowing the revelations to give you that personal power that is going to have that persistence, that's going to give you that oomph to have the accountability for those dreams, or vice versa, that perseverance is going to allow the accountability for those dreams to empower you to trust the revelations and to adhere to them. Not just see it, but adhere to it. To acknowledge it is to act upon your knowledge. See, the age of the knowing is not just enough to know. You have to act upon what you know, and that is true acknowledgement, true accountability, right? This transit engages the solar plexus and the third eye, because why? We're having revelations that is restoring our personal power, right? And we're allowing those dreams to empower in the solar plexus the revelations. So there's this engagement between the solar plexus and the third eye. Also, this is why so many familial issues are rising to the surface right now, because of this T square, this Neptune and Saturn T square. Well, really squared with Jupiter, but when the moon is in Libra, it amplifies it. It brings it, the inner world, the cosmic spotlight of the moon is bringing it out, right? It's bringing up the dysfunction. So we're seeing that. Hey, Wendy, peace, love, and light. So we're seeing that right now. So this is why a lot of these issues are rising to the surface. The dough is rising. Let it cook. Let it cook. Let it bake. Let it cook. So that was something that we saw that was coming up with this energy. And also looking at Neptune and Salacia. That's another constellation that's also in Aries, right? And Salacia is like the calm waters that brings peace and calm to the Neptunian waters, since she is Neptune's counterpart. So Salacia is Neptune's counterpart. She's the calm waters, right? So as they pass through fiery Aries, that's ready to take initiative and go, right? With its ruler Mars getting ready to enter and amplify that fire, because Mars is in Pisces, about to enter Aries, its ruling sign, like it rules Aries. So before Mars get up in here, right? She brings the calm to Neptune's salacious dreams and visions to go about it in a peaceful way, right? So also through what's happening is also through the wisdom that has been activated by Third Eye Atlas, updating Mars and Jupiter into its spiritual maturation, because remember, Third Eye Atlas passed by Mars and Jupiter. So there's this spiritual maturation there. We don't have an immature Mars coming through anymore. It's been matured from study war no more into wisdom, being wise enough to not have to enter into a war. Right? So all this war that you see going on, those are shadows of Mars. Those are the ones who have not gotten the spiritual upgrade or the codes from Third Eye Atlas that has brought to us spiritual maturation. They have not been matured. So they are in the less mature aspects of Mars, and that's why they're into war and power over each other. So with this maturation, this is a mature planetary aspect that brings a peaceful start to the new beginnings of the creative activity in time through the dimensions of the souls who bear witness in mind. Ashe. Thank you for giving us more knowledge of these things. We're welcome, Wendy. I'm glad you could see it, receive it, perceive it, however it works for you. Right? So these are just aspects, other planetary aspects, and the cosmos guide us. So when we're able to read the principalities, everything has energy, and these energies have principalities, and the wind just picked up. Authenticating the vibratory fields. Yes, that's what we're doing out here in these spiritual streets. This is about authenticating the vibratory field. That is our job and our soul sovereignty, because those parasitic energies are sowing seeds of inauthenticity. And that's how they empower themselves. They feed off of our light. And this is why in the throat chakra, this brings me back to the throat chakra. I forgot to mention this while Shan was here. My apologies, Shan. But this is why we have to stand by the truth of what we know. And the thing about the throat chakra is we can't be around things and hear false things that are not true and say nothing. Whether we're around friends, family, in the workplace, wherever we are, if it's something that pings, like we could feel it in the information field, they are sowing seeds of inauthenticity. This is why I don't watch the news. When we hear things that are not true, that are not authentic, we are to use our authentic authority to cancel it, to speak on it. Because when you don't say something, by default, you are co-signing to those seeds of inauthenticity. You are helping them to grow. You are pouring water on it for them. Even if you feel like, well, I don't agree with it. But if you didn't say anything, if you didn't cancel it in the energy, whether you do it physically, out loud, verbally, or even just energetically, you have to acknowledge it right where you are and say, no, cancel, I do not agree. If you're in a group of friends or family and they're doing things that don't align with truth, do not sit in that, because it's going to affect your throat chakra. Because now you are not operating in your soul's integrity by sitting there idly by as if we don't know no better. Because we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. This is not the times that we're in anymore. Ignorance is no excuse, right? We have to acknowledge. That's right, Wendy, acknowledge. We can't, well, I don't know if you meant to say not ignore. I was going to say we have to acknowledge, do not ignore, right? But acknowledge and do not allow those oppositions to get in there. Right, in our energy space, we have to cancel it. If you can say something, say, no, that's not true. Speak up for the truth. No. And if someone is speaking to you in ways that it's like the Twilight Zone, like they speaking to you like, right, this and this happened, and you know darn well that did not happen, do not say yes. Do not nod your head. Do not agree. This is very deadly right now. Let me take off my glasses as I say this. Let me look at y'all for real, for real. Third eye to third eye. Do not agree. Plead the fifth. The way how it is, I can't even say plead the fifth. Because when you plead the fifth, you're not standing in the truth. It's almost like you're saying, I don't know about that truth. No, I don't plead the fifth. I stand in the truth. I will not acknowledge that falseness. So, and if we don't do it, you throw your throat chakra out of alignment because you're not operating in your authenticity, in your soul's integrity for what you know to be true. It doesn't matter what they know and what they don't know. We can't suffer their ignorance, right? And this is, I'm saying this with all due respect and compassion for the collective. Accept them right where they are. Forgive them. This is why it says, forgive them for they know not what they do. Remember, forgiveness is giving love forward. Forgive them and give that love forward. And in that love frequency, which is the unity frequency, I'm not condemning them. I'm saying they don't know any better, and I do, and I'm responsible for what I know. Least you be pulled down into the lower vibrations. Ashe? Yes, Wendy, we got to stand firm. Stand firm. Hallelujah. Ashe, ashe, ashe. 10 times ashe. We cannot idly stand by. This is a new level. This is a new true year, a new movement. This is after the energetic seal of Third Eye Atlas. We have crossed the cosmic threshold, and now it's about what you will behold. The truth that you behold is the truth that will be told. And this is the half that has never been told. As we continue to incline and our soul unfolds. Ashe? We got to be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Even though I'm doing a lot of talking right now, that's because I'm sharing the information with you, because Mrs. Information is sharing it with you. Right? And on the throat, I'm really emphasizing the throat chakra, from my heart to yours, from my throat chakra to your throat chakra. I petition to the higher ups, to our higher self, to our guides, to our ancestors, to petition on our behalf to help free and clear our throat chakras, to be in true authenticity wherever we may be, and so it shall be. That we stand in truth and always never falling in the lies. Removing yourselves out of the shadows, because fear tells lies in the dark. So this is always ever more about exposure. Right? This is a spiritual warfare, and we got to understand that the battle starts within you, and we got to know where and when to pick and choose our battles, because the warfare is real. Those that you don't think are after you, those that are with smiling faces, they may say they love you and respect you, but they have a perfect hate. Their demons, their darkness, their shadows, their unhealed wounds, which are their demons, do not like the exposure. Your light comes with a certain type of exposure, and they don't like it. I'm telling you that. They may smile in your face and say, oh, we accept you as you. They don't like it. Ashe, they don't like it. Right? They'll tell lies just to get you in with them. Yes. So be mindful of how you agree with them. Be mindful of how you eat with them, how you smoke and drink with them, if that's what you do. These are the vices that they use to get you to co-sign with them. Be careful of how you laugh with them, because laughter equals agreement. When people laugh, depending on how hard they laugh, that shows you how much they agree. It's like a loud applause. A hard laugh is a loud applause. That's agreement. Right? Be mindful of how you engage your energies, what you're sharing with them. These particular family members, you got to stand your ground, and you got to know that this is no longer what it was anymore. This is what this Jupiter in Cancer is really squaring us up with what we see and what we're holding ourselves accountable for. Accountability is saying, you see this, now what do you do with this? Are you going to still keep doing the same thing? Are you going to still engage in the same way, or are you going to disengage? This is what the Detox to Detach program is helping us with. Are you going to depersonalize, right? Still love them to be who they are, depersonalize and detach, right? Stop spending your money on them. Stop feeling like it's your job to bail them out because they're family. Stop saying that fake line of blood is thicker than water. That is a lie. That is a lie when it comes to your soul work. And as I'm going to keep saying it, I rather have purified water than tainted blood any day. You may say blood is thicker than water, but what do you do when that blood is tainted? And you know that it's tainted. You see the dysfunctions. You got to start standing up. You got to stop worrying about what they think, what they feel. Stop worrying about, oh, it's family and we stick together. No, we don't. You are my co-worker in this lifetime. I got a soul tribe. I got a soul family. I got soul contracts that really I got to work on. The contract with you is null and void. You choose to forfeit your work with me, I'm canceling that contract. We can do that. You have the power to cancel these contracts. Please cancel some of these contracts, y'all. I hate when I'm around people in stores. My energy feels off. Yes, that means you are feeling the energies around you. You're feeling the loud chatter, the information field. It's like that with me sometimes. You're probably clairsentient, which means you can feel the auric field. You can feel the information field, right? And you can feel what, yes, they will try to steal your energy. They be seeping in. They be tapping in, right? Love from a distance. That's it right there. Something I've been saying. I love you for who you are and from afar. I don't need to be in any intimate space with you, whether physically or energetically. They could be living in a whole nother country. You have to sever those cords, those heartstrings. Sometimes you have proximity through energy, through the way you hold tight to them or the way they hold tight to you energetically. You're going to have to sever those. Right? Let me distance myself from you. Even though you live in another country, I need to distance myself from the energetic proximity. Worry about yourself. You're so right. Yep, they'll drain you. You got to put you first. Put you first. Plus, I'll know what they are wanting. Yep. You're clairsentient. You like me. You be feeling it coming. Like the information is there and you're like, here it comes. Here it comes. You feel it coming. You hear it. It's like you feel it so loud that you can hear it. It turns on your clairaudience, right? Sometimes it goes from clairsentient to clairaudience. Like, damn, I heard that shit loud and clear. Right? It's like I can read their minds because you can. You're reading the information field. And this is the fifth dimension. This is gifts that are coming online, right? You cannot handle the little that has been granted to you. Who will grant you more? Ashe, that part. Oh, I missed a lot. Do not be a hypocrite. That's right. That's being a hypocrite unto yourself. I believe that's when we were talking about the throat chakra. If we're not in that authentic authority, you're a hypocrite unto yourself if you're not in your soul's integrity. So you got to stand firm. A fool will induce you with foolishness. That part right there. The fools will induce you with foolishness. And we had this full moon on what? April Fools. What they call April Fools. Even though they got the reverse card and it's fools with them. Because it's returning that day back to the fools that turned it into April Fools. It really was the new year. April 1st was the new year in the older calendars. And they had to do something with that day. So they turned it around and was laughing at the people that was still celebrating the day when they switched it to January. So yeah, on that day that they call April Fools, know that a fool will induce you with their foolishness. They will seduce you into their foolishness, right? If you cannot handle the little that has been granted to you, who will grant you more? That's like when Yeshua said, if you can't love the brother that's in front of you that you can see, how can you love the Father whom you cannot see? Right? How can you love spirit? This is why we got to practice love, compassion for the collective. Love them even in their differences. Love them. Just know that they're different. Know that we not on the same page. We not in the same timeline. But I love you to be who you are. No love lost. I just can't engage with you in a particular way because you will take advantage because you know not yourselves. Ashe. And then you saw 545. That's foundational balance within the physical spiritual balance. So foundational balance within change. 5 is that change. Physical spiritual balance is what creates the change. When we have that harmony between the physical spiritual, then we have change. That's the only way we could change, by harmonizing the physical and spiritual, as I have been talking about earlier. Welcome in, peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Christ. Oh, Christ, Shabazz, Allah, peace and earth. Is it Christ or Christ? Because I met somebody whose name was spelt like that, but their name was Christ. Christ. In that Christ consciousness, right? So with that, I'm not going to go too much into the doomsday. I dropped a video about it. If you get a chance, look into it. We'll do a live. We have a live coming up where I'm going to talk more about, I'll probably do that tomorrow, because that way I don't have to fit it all in right now. And I already been going for like 2 hours. When I do a live, I don't really want to go over 2 hours. I like to give everyone enough space for whoever may have came in later, whoever may have come in later. But I think we went in, you know, tap it up in a live, tap your hearts. For those of you who appreciate all the love that we create, just drop love. I just want you to drop some hearts. Just put love in the chat. Just the word love. Love. Just love. Let's just send some love. Let's amplify this love frequency. The fifth dimension is the love frequency, and that's where we're opening our hearts. So tap into that. Just drop love. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Thank you, Clay. Love, love, and drop some hearts. Drop the word love and continue to tap it on up. Tap it on up as we close out. Tap in the heart so we can let the algorithms know that we're here to continue to be a messenger of the truth. So the next video, tomorrow we'll do a live, and I'll go into talking about the download that I got today about doomsday being a preparation for the rebirth day or the birthday, right? So we're not looking at dooms in the same way. And it's kind of, we're going to talk about the earthquakes and stuff, just things that have been happening in the earth. I'm going to explain that a little bit more according to what's been happening with this light plant penetration coming into the earth and how it's affecting us in the earth. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that and recognizing what doomsday is. And it's not so doom and gloom, but just understanding what that is. We'll talk about that, and then we'll have another live coming up about we'll be talking about. I just did it right before coming on here. Narcissists. Yes, because I had a conversation tonight about narcissists. And so it was questioning, was like, do y'all notice that a lot of narcissists are like just coming up right now? We're seeing a lot. So we're going to talk about that some more. Those who are narc survivors, I invite you to come in so we can kind of speak about that. If you feel like you just came out of a narc abuse or anything like that, that's something that we can go over in that conversation. So look out for that live. I'll probably do that one Saturday, because tomorrow we're going to talk more about the doomsday, and I'm not going to do a double live again. Like I did the double live today because I was really exercising that throat chakra. So I did one earlier and doing this one now. So tomorrow we'll do one, and I'll probably do the narc one on the narc survival one on Saturday. So look out for that. If that speaks to you, if there's something you've come through and you want to look back, look over some things. If you know someone who has gone through it, they may want to tap in and see what's happening, what comes of that, right? So yes, we were discussing our boundaries and protecting our energy, even though I don't like that word protection because it instigates the ego, because the ego is hardwired to protect. So let's love, let's preserve love. Remember, we don't want to give attention to what we don't want. So let's preserve love. Let's live in love and get more love coming back. The more you put out, the more that comes back. And we're talking agape, unconditional love and light. Ashe. So thank you for those who have shared their love and light. Happy full moon, and whatever this is opening up for you, remember to focus on that throat chakra. Look at the tight exchange between the root and the sacral that is allowing us to look at our manifestations and the emotions, looking at those cravings. So also look out for the detox to detach. Listen out for that. Saturday is the 4-4 portal, so we'll be tapping into that portal and portaling right through. So from my heart to yours, the love is with me as it is with you. My energy stays with me, your energy stays with you, and we continue to magnify as we amplify. Ashe. Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Thank you, Wendy.